I started thinking about my own experience as someone who's worked in the urban planning field in public policy and has dedicated most of my career now to the role of the arts in communities, and particularly in disadvantaged communities. And I've often been asked, if you care about low-income communities, communities that have been historically marginalized, why are you doing this art stuff? And the connection between the arts and what we think of as an equitable and just society isn't always apparent or easily apparent. And in my own thinking, when people have asked me that, my response has been that if we don't tend to our generative lives, to our creative, aesthetic, and intellectual development as humans, to our ability to be compassionate and empathetic and thoughtful, then any strategy that seeks to improve a community without consideration for that is critically flawed. And I think I've seen a lot of evidence of that in the work that the Kresge Foundation has been doing, particularly as part of its Arts and Culture Program. And I'm eager to hear Rip's perspective as the architect of all of this. Why take that approach, and why take that approach now?
I think in many ways she's stated the proposition exactly right, is that it's very difficult for an organization like Kresge to think about the future of American cities, and particularly the role of low-income opportunity in American cities, when you sort of slice off the arts and push them to the side, which is, I think, what so often happens in policy debates, in political conversations, and often in the sort of the ebb and the flow of daily life. And I think one of the reasons that we in Kresge feel so strongly about the role of arts in our portfolio is that we believe that it is every bit as essential to have arts and culture at the table, having these kinds of generative, reflective, sensitive conversations about the future of a community as it is to have people from the realm of transportation or from housing or from health or from human services. And so our fundamental proposition is that arts and culture needs to be at the core of every conversation we have about community development in our country.